Hi, I'm Yvonne Brooks from McNally Jackson Books. Everyone loves to receive handmade, personalized cards for special occasions. Mother's Day, which is coming up, Father's Day, which is also coming up. There's Grandparents' Day in September, there's Valentine's Day in February, there's Halloween in October, there's thank you notes to write throughout the year, and there's special birthdays. It can happen anytime. So this particular bouquet theme can be done with a lot of variations, and you can make the design however you like and personalize it, obviously. Now this one has the heart base, and you see the little hearts are up here, and when I drew the inner heart I put little lines on it that made it look like it was stitched. And after I glued the colored hearts on, then I drew the connecting strings or vines, because you can see it's almost like a plant with heart flowers, or it's also like these are like heart balloons floating up in the sky. And this has the hearts that are flattened down, and you can see that I just made it simple there, and I had a silver pen because this was black paper. And if you don't have color paper, of course you can take all your markers and make them any color. You can make spots on your hearts. This one has spots because I had some paper like this, and you might have some wrapping paper around or some design paper or washi tape, and I made it so that it was like one heart that symbolizes one person connected to another, and it has the sinuous string or vine there connecting them. What I did to make these little hearts was I made some templates first. Like I took paper and folded it in half and cut some hearts, and then for the next time I wanted to make hearts that size, I just can trace around that same heart, and I don't have to keep redoing the heart shape over and over again. So that's kind of why these are a similar shape, because I just used a little template. And the way that you get these to stick up is you put glue on the middle of the back. You can see that here and here. It's on the middle of the back of the fold there, and those can protrude. And as I was saying, you could use butterflies or flowers. It's kind of fun to try that, but it's also fun to try this other pattern. I'm going to do one more thing. So if you decide you want to do a pop-up design inside, a lot of you have done pop-ups before, but we'll just do a quick review. I'm going to start with a piece of cardstock for the outside of the card. That's always a little stronger. And I'm going to take, I did a template earlier. I think I'll show you the one I did. I'm going to take a ruler, and you see, once your paper is folded in half, this is half of the paper, right? It's 5.5 inches, but then I'm going to make another line on what would be the this middle part of the paper if you folded it in half. So it's basically like a fourth of the paper, quarter, fourth, different sections there. But for our purposes, you're just folding your paper in half and drawing a line there. It's like a guideline. It can just be very light. But I'll explain why you want to make sure it doesn't go over the middle part of this piece of paper. So then what I did was I drew the heart here, and I drew it all the way up to here, and I made a place there on the heart to remind myself not to cut it, because that's how it stays attached to the paper. And then I took my trusty scissors, I cut here, I cut there, all the way up to that line that I'm not cutting. And you see how it's folded and it can fit inside the card, but it doesn't pop up yet. So what we're doing is, once we have it like this, it's cut there, you can see it there, we will there's a fold in the middle of your heart, it's a little concave fold, and we're going to fold it the opposite direction, make it convex, and keep these lines, these fold lines there, so that then when you, and this is what it'll look like, you won't even see the inside of the heart, but when you put it in there and you pop it open, there you go, you have your pop-up. Now the reason they put it in half, this only went this far up to the paper, and then like I said, after I cut it, I made sure I folded this back and forth in a straight line, just this little piece there, because if you make your heart too big, I'll show you what I did. I got carried away and made this really large heart, and it looked the same way as the other heart does, very similar, right? Now when we pop this out and we take that fold and make it go the opposite way, it comes out of the side of your card. It's still a pop-up though, so if you like that pattern, you can also just do the big heart and then make designs on it. But just letting you know, if you want your heart to fit inside, you can't go past this middle line here, because that's what I did and made the heart stick out of the card. So now you have some ideas for how to make a bouquet themed card. You can make all kinds of variations and put your own personal touches on it for any special occasion and for any special person. Have fun, and thanks for listening.